So I feel like I'm behind because a lot of other Disney influencers have been posting their years in review. I mean, like their 2021 year in review. And I couldn't decide how I wanted to do mine, so it's on my YouTube channel. And it was good making this video because then I realized that my top 10 involved really random subjects like trash and paint. I don't know why, but it was. So in my bio is a link to my link tree, which will take you to my YouTube channel, specifically this video. So please go check it out. I would very much appreciate it. I basically made it like a countdown of my top 10 videos. And looking back, I had some other videos as I was going through my page that I thought had way better content in it, but they just didn't do as well as some of these other ones. So I want your opinion as well. Was there one that you were hoping made it into the top 10 that weren't? Does that make sense? Also, I'm flying back into Orlando today, which is good because the weather here in Nashville says that they're supposed to have like 2 to 4 inches of snow tomorrow. No, we're running home. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So my mother was making fun of me that I couldn't think of anything to talk about tonight. She basically said, aren't you gonna be talking about Disney Springs in your next YouTube video and you can't come up with something? What's wrong with you? You work there forever. Well, yeah, there has to be one ridiculous thing you haven't talked about. Well, there is technically a plaque over near the food trucks for an event that never really happened. That is very random. But yeah, there's a little tiny plaque that nobody really knows about because it's hidden in a planter. Over in Disney Springs on the west side, there's a little area where a bunch of food trucks hang out. This area is called Exposition Park. And that little tiny plaque right there is for the Grand Centennial celebration, so the 100-year anniversary of Disney Springs. Because again, as per the Imagineer storytelling, the story goes back to 1850. I'll be explaining this in great more detail in the next coming weeks on my YouTube, but I just love the storytelling that there isn't actually a plaque for an event that technically has never happened. It's just great storytelling. So next time you're in Disney Springs, let me know if you find it. Night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight.
Dude. Oh, hi Jake. What are you doing here?
Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I was looking for something easy to watch tonight, and sure enough, I just finished watching Some Like It Hot on Turner Classic Movies. But did you know for the creation of this movie, they had to hire a professional Disney voice actor to be able to help out? Let me explain. The movie released in 1959 featuring Marilyn Monroe. And the story is all about 2 men that have to dress in drag and join an all-female band to run away from the mafia because they witnessed a crime. Very funny movie. However, Tony Curtis, one of the main actors, was having a hard time maintaining a falsetto for a long period of time. So the easiest way to fix that was just to dub over it. And the actor they got to dub over it was none other than Paul Frees, who played multiple animated characters. However, he is most known in the Disney community for being the ghost host and Professor Ludwig von Drake. I love it. So now I've just been going through and I just watched the entire movie trying to see where they did the dubbing, and it's just great. Night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I look adorable in this Eeyore onesie. And Mom's wearing my cow onesie. Yeah. But the reason why we're dressed up is because Mom and I are heading to a cast member exclusive event where we'll be volunteering. And I know some of you are like, Danielle, you're no longer a cast member. I got connections. I know people. Not really. The cast member event is called Goofy's Mystery Tour. Over in Disneyland, they have something very similar called Minnie's Moonlight Madness, where cast members compete in over-the-top trivia, along with a scavenger hunt, puzzles. It's pretty intense. And one of the things volunteers can sign up to do is be a character. So no, I'm not playing Eeyore. Our group's theme is Pajama Party. We don't know what else is happening though. We don't even know what the puzzle is until we get to the location. This event is very sought after for cast members, so usually sign up fills up within minutes. Oh, and the whole event takes place after park close, so we'll be hiding out in Animal Kingdom. I participated as a contestant and as a character before, so this is super exciting. Good luck, contestants. Night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight.
Famous meme. How old were you when you found out Goofy was actually a cow and not a dog?
Wow.
Goofy is a cow.
Every couple months, somebody makes one of these videos, bringing up the old meme that Goofy's a cow. He's a dog. Always will be a dog, always has been a dog. And before you get to it, of course, everybody's argument is, well, he's dating a cow. Have you know that Clarabelle Cow is not actively hooked up in any relationship. She is playing the field, actively flirting with Goofy and Horace Horsecollar, who is a horse. Which, do you blame them? Have you seen her perform in the park? Clarabelle is an icon, a queen. I would be attracted to her as well. Anyway, if you need more current media references of Goofy being a dog, let's look in reference to the new Mickey Mouse cartoons. Season 1, Episode 11, The Dog Show, where Goofy subs for Pluto because he's a dog. Or Season 5, Episode 14, named Easy Street, Goofy moves into Mickey's house and pretends to be the pet dog because he wants Pluto's snacks. Maybe I should save this video and repost it every time somebody makes one of these accusations, then I can just re-upload this over again. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So a friend reached out to me asking my opinion of an Airbnb resort that they're looking at for their next day at Disney World. And this is the reason why I suggest just go ahead and stay at Disney World. Let me explain. It's not a bad Airbnb. It is $65 a night. Perfect size for this couple. 4.8 stars, plenty of reviews. However, it is a 35-minute drive away from Disney World on the toll road. On non-toll road, it'll be about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. And she said, okay, that's not bad, but then I sent her this map called the Judgmental Map of Orlando. It's awful, but it's 100% accurate. To get to Disney World, she'd have to take the Crosstown Killway past the Pill Mill, and she's gonna be staying on the area called On the News Regularly, which I don't even have to explain. For those that don't get it, Florida man. So yes, you can stay at an Airbnb, and some people are very successful with Airbnbs. Just do your research and weigh out what's gonna be best for your party that's going. Night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I was asked by multiple people what was my opinion on the long wait times for the Figment popcorn bucket. Two things. Number one, you do you boo. Stay in your lane. If you want to wait for that popcorn bucket, I ain't gonna judge. It's all you. Number two, I'm sure there were reasons. However, I am very disappointed with the food and beverage leadership team as well as the Disney planning team. We should have seen the writing on the wall. The people sitting down waiting outside the gates of the park at 7 a.m. would have been a clear sign to go into Plan B. Why was dine time not utilized for a virtual queue? If we knew how busy this was going to be, why did we put it inside a kiosk? Why did it not have its own booth and own register system? You ran out of popcorn for it and started giving away a spoon, which the eBayers are like, hey, that's fine by us. I'm sure there's some proprietor's reasoning of, oh, these things couldn't happen. They could have. It's called creative problem solving. That's my tea on that. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I pre-ordered a little Disney item back on September 24th of 2021, and it just arrived today. And it only cost me $5.99. It's a little golden book about Orange Bird. Or as some of y'all know, I call him my favorite fruit bird. I'm only on the first page and I already love the illustration style. Jason and Scott, y'all did good. And already the second page is just a welcome to Florida picture, but let me point out some things. Okay, love the reference to Blue Angel, the Fountain of Youth, and then you have over here, these are bob around boats. These were available for rent over at the Polynesian Resort back in 1971. But Jason and Scott, I got to know, who decided to put in the reference to Skunk Ape, which if you don't know is the Florida version of Bigfoot. Anyway, it's just a beautiful book. They even have references to the Aquan from Three Caballeros and Professor Owl. I love it. Night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Did you know there's some amazing Disney storytelling happening inside the Main Street Confectionery and nobody knows about it? The story includes some real history from the Mars family from the early 1900s and some not so real history from Main Street, USA. Overall, it is a perfect blend of storytelling made by the Imagineers and the representative of Mars. I have a new video up on my YouTube channel that goes into too much detail about this story. The thing you need to know now, though, is there's a new Colonel Kitchen in the back of the confectionery where you can make your own mix of popcorn. This was 10 out of 10 would recommend. And make sure to ask the cast members about their favorite combinations, too. They give good insight. So have you been to the new confectionery since it reopened? Or do you know about the 6 showcase winners that are now featured? It's the sweetest showcase that you don't want to miss. Links are in my bio to take you to that YouTube channel where I talk more about those little Disney details. Night night, sleep tight, dream of sweet churros tonight. Random Disney thing in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Disneyland friends. I completely forgot to tell you that I'm heading your way. I know a large demographic of my followers are in Disneyland, so I will be there this weekend from Saturday through Tuesday. So if you see me, stop me and say hi. And no, I'm not packed yet. I better work on that. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. As most of you know, Valentine's Day is quickly approaching. And my Valentine has already sent me something. And by Valentine, I actually mean Roseshire. This one in particular is themed after my favorite, Princess and the Frog. And as always, I am a sucker for packaging. Love the box details, and look, love always finds a way. Nice. Most of my followers already know this, but Princess and the Frog is my favorite Disney princess. Tiana's characteristics are everything I strive to be. She's independent, a businesswoman. However, something Tiana and I will not have in common is that Tiana is left-handed. This was a request specifically made by her voice actress Anika Nani Rose, because Anika is also left-handed. And Tiana's dimples are also because of Anika. The more you know. So thanks again, Roseshire. Now I need to find a vase. The demographic of my followers are in Disneyland, so I will be there this weekend from Saturday through Tuesday. I have arrived.
This is delicious. This is
All right, Liz. This is for you. Everyone keeps saying how great this little guy is, so let's try it. You eat the ear first? Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Here in Toontown in Disneyland, there are remnants of an attraction that I wish I got to experience, called the Jolly Trolley. This trolley was inspired by the trolley car company from Roger Rabbit. However, this one had a cartoon twist. It would sway back and forth and wiggle, and it was kind of a safety concern. So the attraction didn't live very long. It only was open from January of 1993 to December of 2003. The remaining remnants are the tracks that go straight on through Toontown. Some pretty cool remnants of ride long gone, and now the only safety concern is you tripping on the track. So everyone says there's a taste difference between Disney World churros and Disneyland churros, so let's try it. Classic. But what about Disneyland's churros? Let's see if there's a difference. It does, it do be hitting different.
I do. King Arthur have it. Yeah, so we went to sharpen and shine it. We're just waiting for him to...
That was phenomenal. I was tagged a couple times in this video, and some of the other ones leading up to it, and how the sword went missing in Disneyland. But honestly, with an answer she gave, who cares? All right, look who I found in Disneyland. Miss Maggie, yes. So if you remember, I stitched a video with her a long while ago, and she was the one keeping an eye on the sword, well, the stone, while the sword was missing. And it looks like Miss Maggie did Arthur return the sword.
So they brought it back. It's now in its place. King Arthur was being a little selfish for a while, but
It's back?
It's back.
Well, thanks, Maggie, and keep up the great storytelling. I appreciate it. Night-night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight.
Macaroni with the chicken strips.
Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So this random fact actually comes from a DM that I got on Instagram. Now, I don't do it all the time, but every once in a while somebody will send me a picture of a random Disney item, and I just happen to know the history behind it. So people will ask me, Danielle, do you know anything about this item? Well, let me show you the item I got today. It's a picture of a mug, and on it has this character, and the person was wondering, is this a Disney character? And the answer is yes. It is a female gremlin called a Fifanella and was used to represent Wasp in World War II. Wait, older millennials on this app, I know what you're thinking. It is not a gremlin and it is not a wasp. Let me explain. Before I explain how it's a Disney character, let me give you some backstory. In World War II, the term gremlins became popular with the Royal Air Force. And this gremlin would be an imaginary being similar to a leprechaun. However, this one specifically would cause trouble for pilots. Something mysteriously came loose, or maybe a piece of technology wasn't working right, but there was no reason or cause for it. Yeah, it was a gremlin. Eventually, the stories of these mischief makers would come from the UK to the US. One of these stories would come across the desk of Walt Disney, and it was written by none other than Roald Dahl. At the time, Roald Dahl was a flight lieutenant for the Royal Air Force, and he wrote one of his very first stories, The Gremlins. Now, mind you, this is before he wrote James and the Giant Peach, Willy Wonka, Matilda, and so many other childhood stories that you're familiar with. Anyway, this book was written for Walt Disney Productions and was intended to become a movie. The movie got through pre-production and character development. However, the movie itself did not get off the ground. Some of these issues were due to the fact that the British Air Ministry had to approve some of these things because Dahl was technically on leave at the time that this was submitted. Basically, the paperwork just got too sticky. However, even though a movie never released, production and products started hitting the shelves. There were plushes, they were used on prints with other Disney characters. They even made it into the Walt Disney comics. The design of the female gremlin, the Fifanilla, also caught the eye of WASP, also known as the Women Air Force Service Pilots. WASP did a lot. They ferried aircraft back and forth, they trained other pilots, they even tested planes before they went to the battlefront. Their job was created because all the male pilots were fighting on the front lines. Well, somebody else has got to do all the other work. Well, in 1943, the WASP group loved the design of the Fifanilla. They adopted it as their mascot and it became a patch that was worn on their outfits. So yeah, it's a very long history for a picture on a mug. It's a piece of history that you probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I would love to see if the Walt Disney Company could eventually finish this project, maybe make it into a short instead of a full movie, but who knows? Till next time, night-night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. This is just a quick thank you to my followers that have been checking up on me, meaning the people that have messaged me on my Instagram, as well as here in the comments asking, Danielle, it's below 40, are you okay? Because as most of you know, I don't deal well with the cold. I am a true Floridian. My blood has thinned out. But to everyone asking, yes, I did survive Florida winter, which is the random 2 to 5 random days a year where the temperature really drops. And I will have you know, I have survived. Well, barely. I still have to survive tonight. It's currently like 38 where I live, but I am prepared. I have on fuzzy socks, my warmest pajamas, and multiple blankies. I'm very comfortable. But in all seriousness, I do appreciate y'all's concern. Y'all know me too well. Night-night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight.